Starting 2 days ago, there was this question. What about a domestic travel vaccine requirement to get on a plane? Simply to get on a plane in the US from one coast to another, not internationally. What about requiring vaccines? Major controversial aspect that is being considered. Dr. Fauci saying it would be reasonable, but I'm not saying one way or the other whether I'm recommending it. The latest news is that Joe Biden now says if his medical team advises it, he will issue the domestic travel vaccine requirement. And the anti-vax people are going absolutely nuts. President Joe Biden said yesterday he would impose a mandate that Americans must be vaccinated against COVID to travel domestically if his medical team recommends it. When asked when he would make a decision on that, he said, when I get a recommendation from the medical team. The idea of mandating COVID vaccines for domestic travel has been bouncing around for months. The emergence of the Omicron variant caused the White House to revisit this question. Biden said last month he would wait for the scientific community to give him a recommendation. Fauci said Monday anything that could get people more vaccinated would be welcome, and said that it would be reasonable, but that he doesn't necessarily expect it. He said, I doubt if we're going to see something like that in the reasonably foreseeable future. Jen Psaki last month said it's not being taken off the table, but it will depend on the medical and health experts. So there's two interpretations of this medical and health expert thing. On the one hand, it's very refreshing after the prior 4 years to hear a president say, I'm going to listen to the medical team. It's not about what I want. That's great. At the same time, Joe Biden has sometimes used this, I will wait for recommendations to really just do nothing. And we've seen that used in a couple of different instances outside of COVID. I think it's really important just to be honest about what such a mandate would achieve and what it would not achieve. This, if you do a vaccine travel mandate, the biggest accomplishment that it would push is getting more people vaccinated. We have seen that when people are polled about would this or that convince you to get a vaccine, this is polling people who have not yet been vaccinated. And at this point, the vaccines have been available so long that there's real questions about, what if anything would get those people motivated. The $100 bonus was not a big motivating factor. But when people were asked, if you were required to have a vaccine to fly, would that make you go and get vaccinated? And that was the one stipulation that got the highest number of people to say I would. And it was something like 40% in a poll a couple of months ago. So such a requirement would get a lot more people vaccinated, I believe. At the same time, right now, as Omicron becomes a larger and larger share of the infections, the effect on keeping infections down is going to be modest. It will be greater than zero. There's no doubt about it. It's believed that, in fact, actually, that if you have 3 doses, you are up to 75% protected against symptomatic COVID. But there is a real question as to what it will do overall for spread versus keeping people out of the hospital and alive. And it will do a lot as far as that is concerned. It would be crushing politically, I believe, to Joe Biden in the media to do a vaccine travel requirement domestically. But if you look at the polling of what people think just generally in the general population, it's not an unpopular provision. I think this is one of those things where if there were to be a domestic vaccine travel requirement, right-wing media would go crazy and there would be some very loud voices saying it's absolutely terrible. But the country seems sort of 50-50 on such a requirement. And half the country already hates Joe Biden. I think it's basically the same half. I think a lot of the people that already hate him are the people against the vaccine travel requirement. So it is not something I actually expect to see anytime soon. But Joe Biden says he would certainly be willing. Let me know if you think it's something we will see. I do not believe we will see that anytime soon. Remember that on January 1st, we will be doing our 2022 midterm kickoff membership special. This is going to be a harebrained discount. If you've been thinking about getting a membership and all the great perks that come with it, including the daily bonus show, just get on my newsletter at davidpakman.com. You'll get an email on January 1st. You'll be able to sign up at that great discount and hoping to kick off 2022 in big fashion, very, very big from the standpoint of memberships. One of our sponsors is Magic Spoon breakfast cereal, sweet and tasty like the cereals I loved as a kid, but without the sugar or the carbs. Every serving of Magic Spoon has 0 grams of sugar, only 4 net carbs, 140 calories, and packed with 13 grams of protein. Perfect if you're doing keto, perfect if you're doing low carb, great if you're just trying to reduce your excess sugar intake, and because it's packed with protein, it's great before or after a workout. Magic Spoon flavors include cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, and cinnamon. They're bringing back cookies and cream. They're bringing back maple waffle. You can build your own variety box and try them all. Magic Spoon is so confident in the product, if you don't love it as much as I do, they will refund your money, no questions asked. Go to magicspoon.com/Pacman. The link is underneath this video, and you'll get $5 off when you use the promo code Pacman at checkout.